everybody. Welcome to our first edition of Doddie Aid for 2024. I know it's only 2023, but we're leading up to the start of Doddie Aid, which will be kicking off on the 1st of January 2024. So, yes, we're back at it for another year. Myself, Skywalker, Minnie Mouse, and Mr. Gemmell. So we're going to be doing what we do, jumping in cold water, running, cycling, bunny hops. So, boys ready to go?
No.
We're trailblazers, mate. Doesn't
Don't
matter
you
if it's
fuck-
still
He's sitting
2023.
there fucking ripped. Like, is it? No, actually, I'll just be doing like 10 miles a day. I'll still have whatever, talking in an
Nah,
Edinburgh accent now.
I was
I
going
want,
to
I
say, become an absolute Edinburgh guy overnight. What do they call it? Like Glaswegians, Aberdonians, and cunts for Edinburgh. Is that what they call
That's it.
well,
it?
I wonder who'll be doing their Doddie dip taps after this year, eh?
I don't. There'll be no
Ain't
swim
gonna be
shirt,
me.
swim t-shirt. Like, oh, did I forget my swim t-shirt this year? Oh well, too bad. Insta
Some
snap.
people stand in the darkness.
He's not even blushing.
I'm not just there yet. I'm close. I'm close. But yes, I will be doing it. Yeah,
I know. I might just have to do it in the bath.
I'll do it in your
So
bath too.
you probably fit, you wee skinny bastard.
It's better than being a fat bastard, so I'll take it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, what's it? Have you thought of any challenges or any stupid challenges for yourself this year?
No, I hate the
Who's
bike, so I don't want a big thing. I'm just happy to move about. That's pretty much my thing.
What was it? Was it Simon Donnelly that did the crazy amount of walking? Was it 10K with his mother or something like that? He
I
was.
don't know, but he still lost to me anyway. So
I was just gonna say, did Simon beat you last year? Did so there we
no,
go. There's a little
ah,
challenge for
no. The
Simon.
big issue here, I'm not prepared to move on from last year just yet. He also had never bought me that pint,
Oh,
Uh,
I'll have to pull him on that.
so I'm not happy. Is what I'm
Double
saying.
or quits.
I just want to go out for a pint with Simon Donnelly, right? Cards on the table. That's what I want to do.
Uh, yeah, he seems like he'd be good fun on a night out as well. So until he starts telling the stories that of all the Celtic goals that he scored and all that stuff, and you'd be sitting there, I played rugby for White So.
I got a conversion from the 22 one.
I scored a try against Lindsay Thirds.
I know.
It's
That
actually their
was a
twos, but
vintage Lindsay team, though. That was a fucking vintage Lindsay team. Don't
Uh,
take that shine away for yourself, Gemma. That was good.
I don't know if I
yeah.
did. I just picked Lindsay out of my head.
Was that the one that Skywalker basically ran for the post and gave you the ball? Is that the one we're talking about here?
Actually, no, I do remember that was their twos. Cheers, Ali.
Give me the ball,
I
give me the ball, and just caught it, just fell forward. They already lined up for the restart.
I actually pretty sure I just tripped up. I was lucky to hold on to the ball.
think you doubled your score tally that day. So.
I'm getting injured.
So, but yeah, Doddie Aid it is. So we're gonna have to get into it, get fit. I think we need to come up with some challenges for ourselves or how we want to play it. Run, cycle, walk,
A
push ups.
challenge for individual challenges and maybe a combined team challenge. And
Yeah,
our league's on the go again this year.
that's
And
right.
once
Yeah,
again, we'll have a top prize there. But
Like we'll try and get a assortment of the usual goodies. We have our usual culprits, the guys at Spartan Protein. We've got our friends at Turntable Whiskey now as well. So the big dogs at Or Fire Protection, I think they always throw something in as well. So
Time to relax,
Type,
come on. My mom's place will do something. So
yeah, that's it. We've got them as well. Time to
about
relax, is that right?
yeah.
Time to relax, yeah. So we've got the
about
usual suspects. Sorry.
about time Or did something for this podcast.
So contribute nothing in the physical sense, but
I think we should do an event, the three of us, in the last day. Like, I know that you guys have been talking about half marathons, and I'm fucking dead against it, right? But we should the three of us should do something on the last day.
So it's the wrong time of year. But do you know, I was driving over to Ireland, and Gimel, you'd mentioned a
I'm
while
not
ago
swimming to
about.
Ireland.
Good,
Okay.
neither am I. But when I was driving here, it jumped into my head. We spoke about I always get them mixed up, Newton Grange to Newton Moore cycle. But I don't think doing that in February is going to be a good shout. But maybe we could defer the challenge to beginning of March. So I definitely think that'd be a
Or
good thing.
Or what we could do is we could do the average man challenge at the end of it. So
You're
we do at least
desperate for that. Like you'll be 80 years old and still be going on about this average man
I
challenge.
still would have done it. No, we could do a wee nice gentle 5K up to Parklands. We'll do some lengths up there, then head down to the rugby club, play a wee game of golf. That's steps. I think we do that, and we make that a
Do you,
last day. We can open the invite out to other people to join us, but if they
Mm,
beat us, then that we're allowed to batter them.
okay. Good luck with that.
do you still qualify for this, or
How?
the average man?
You're not
You're not
average
kind of
anymore. I know, kind
taking
of.
yourself out of our ballpark.
Exactly. Not part of the club anymore, mate.
I'm pretty sure a 45 minutes, 15 seconds, 10K is class as average.
If you're Mo Farah.
I had to see when you said it was like my last one was a minute slower than your one. I had to beat you, mate. So that's my record.
I did mine about 14 kilos heavier. Then you slap a weight in your back and do it.
Also, as well, he's not timing himself properly. You're just like
It's a
calculating
challenge.
it on a map. I want to see it on
No,
a
that wasn't a
Fitbit.
treadmill. That wasn't a treadmill.
Oh,
45
that
minutes on a
doesn't
trip.
count.
All right, so it doesn't count. So
I
right,
said no. In fairness, I have a lot of respect for you doing 45 minutes on a treadmill. I get to 20 minutes. I'm like, fuck this, I'm out.
I know.
fairness, the mirrors are right there, so I just stare at myself the whole time, which is absolutely fine.
Right. Anyway, before you two start to annoy me, so we actually have a guest joining us tonight to talk about it. And now it's one of these funny Scottish names that hopefully I pronounce right, but we are having a sports presenter on, which have we had? Oh, we have. I was going to say have we had? Of course we have. So it will be the wonderful Eilidh Barbour that will be joining us tonight. So she's getting involved with Doddie Aid. So we'll get to see what she's all about. You know,
El Capitan. See what she's
yeah.
got.
So, but yeah, so we'll maybe get her on and find out what's going on.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
So, welcome, our very own Scottish sports presenter. She's covered football, golf for STV, BBC, and Sky Sports. And I'm pretty sure she definitely knows more about football than me. It is the fantastic Eilidh Barbour. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, all good, all good. So, you are getting involved with Doddie Aid.
Yeah.
So, are you got miles? How are you going to do your miles? Is probably the main question.
So I'm not a cyclist, definitely not in January when it's absolutely freezing outside. So I will do mine probably on 2 feet. Running, walking, golfing. That'll probably be my main three.
Golfing in January. You're brave.
You can get the layers on though. It's better
Oh.
than cycling.
It's
It
more
depends.
the
It depends how bad it is.
it's the hands though. You hit one bad shot and it's like you break 9 fingers. So you're too tough for me as well.
I think you're just a shite golfer, Ali.
I know, probably. Oh,
A
oh,
fair weather
I've got all
golfer
the
anyway.
gadgets, don't worry.
That's
oh,
good.
yeah.
Glad because we just had a debate about that, about what we were going to do. I think I'm not a fan of cycling either, and I've got no intention of cycling at all as part of this. So I'm sticking to 2 feet too.
Yeah, indoor bikes exist for a reason though. It's a good, nice, easy way to clock up the miles.
That just reminds me of being injured and not being able to do anything. It's like I feel like it's got bad vibes being on a static bike inside.
Yeah.
That's maybe why I quite like it, because I was so used to being injured back in the day. It feels at home for me.
It makes me feel. Yeah, it makes me feel the about $2,500 I spent on my Peloton bike is a bad choice now. So it's
the new clothes horse in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
So you've been involved in Doddie Aid for I think the last few years anyway, but this year you made quite big, if not slightly controversial switch, and you've joined the ranks of Team Glasgow as captain. So what brought you over to Team Glasgow?
Well, it was a promotion and a move. Well, I got involved at Doddie Aid. Well, yeah, West is best. Apart from that,
obviously
I got involved in Doddie Aid the first year that it ran. So Davy Jiv, who has got MND and has been really involved with Doddie Aid, is a sort of distant cousin of mine. So I'd been made aware of some of the challenges that he was doing before Doddie Aid. And then when Doddie Aid was formed, he was asked to be Team Edinburgh captain, and we sort of shared it a little bit. So that's how I ended up in Edinburgh, but I was living in Glasgow and I work a lot more in Glasgow. And so I always felt like it was a bit odd me being on Team Edinburgh. So when the opportunity to switch came along, I took it, and obviously delighted to be captaining. Feel very honoured and privileged.
There's been much backlash. It feels like a Louis Figo going from Barcelona to Real. There's been much backlash.
No, not too much. No, well, not yet. We haven't got officially underway. So I'm thinking come the 1st of January when the miles start ticking over, I might be starting to get a few, because Edinburgh have already got more numbers than Glasgow. So we're going to need to do a bit of a big push and get the Glasgow numbers up there. So I don't have to get too much stick.
That's a total pain because that was the same last year as well. Edinburgh absolutely outdone Glasgow numbers wise. So hopefully this year we can make a dent to make a bit of a difference, because I don't like losing. So
And they have so many cyclists on Team Edinburgh as well. They clock up like thousands of miles a week. So yeah, we're going to need to get some numbers on board.
Yeah, I'll contribute my 12 a week just to keep us right. Like that'll do. Did you ever get a chance to meet Doddie back in the day? Did you ever get?
So my first ever contract was with STV, doing initially Scott Sport, which was a football highlights program, but then STV started doing a rugby program, highlights of the non-professional leagues. So we used to go to like Boroughmuir and Melrose and all these places that were in I think it was called the National League at the time. But the presenter on there was Richie Gray and Doddie. So I met Doddie for the first time then. And I've met him on and off over the years, but to work with him was absolutely brilliant. I mean, just as we all know, such a character and such just a warm, generous human. So it was lovely to work with him. But that's how I met him for the first time, was doing that STV rugby job. So
Thanks.
Any particular standout memories of working with him? Because he does, like saying, he does just seem like, none of us ever, unfortunately, ever got to meet him, but he does just seem like such a great character. I mean, I always think back to, as a kid, that Living with Lions video.
Yeah.
Which is, he was the absolute highlight of that whole thing. He was just such a great man.
Was that the mistaken identity?
Mistaken identity, yeah.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I mean, he would just walk in and you could just feel that energy, that the room would lift, he had that presence about him where he could just walk in and create joy in a room, even if we were all sitting there editing right up to the line, and it was a really small team trying to put that program together. So it could get quite stressful at times, but Doddie was just, so laid back, and he was brilliant. He just made everybody else feel much. I think he just lifted the mood in the room, absolutely. And he was brilliant to work with. He used to come out as well, all the Christmas parties and Christmas lunches and stuff. He got right involved. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the guy that would lap up any of those Christmas parties that were on the go.
Yeah.
No, that's class. So over to you, Eilidh. Right? So you've done obviously quite a lot of different sports. Ali's covered off, golf, rugby, football. And obviously you've taken over from Hazel Irvine for the BBC golf side of things as well. Do you have a preference of what you kind of commentate on, or are you quite happy with all of it? Like just sport daft?
All of it, yes. Absolutely sport daft. I mean, I don't think I would work on a sport that I didn't have some sort of base knowledge of, because like things like, I mean, I've never watched a full game of cricket. So if somebody said to me, do you want to go and work on cricket? It would be lovely to go to the West Indies, but I would not feel comfortable talking about the sport and the ins and outs. So from that perspective, football is the one that I relate most to, because it's the sport that I played as a kid and played in teams and all that sort of thing. Not to any great level, but it's the one that I've been quite fortunate, although I didn't play at a great level. I have a lot of friends who did. So, sort of training alongside them and things, and good coaches. So that's the one that I understand the most, and I have sort of that connection with. Golf I love, because the BBC only really do the big events. So to go to the Masters, to go to the Open, to go to the Ryder Cups, the Solheim Cup, the Women's Open, these are the flagship events of the sport, and the world's best are all there. So they're really special. I did work on golf full time for about 8 months, and it's quite a challenging lifestyle. Constantly traveling, constantly moving, long days. You're in places you don't often see much more than the hotel and the golf course and the airport. So it sounds like a very glamorous lifestyle, but it's quite a challenging one. So to be able to dip in and out of the special events over the course of the year is, I think that's that they're like cup finals through the year, if you like. They're really the special weeks, and I love them. But I'm very happy to have sort of football as being the predominant one across the course of the year, and then these nice little weeks and dotted around throughout the year. So yeah, no, I'm very fortunate. And in football as well, covering the different leagues feels very different. So it keeps it kind of quite interesting, whether you're doing the Scottish stuff up here, the Premier League, the FA Cup, the WSL, or the international stuff. They're all slightly different in their own way, albeit that they're all kicking the same ball around for 90 minutes. But yeah, no, so, yeah, it's a great balance.
That's good, because I think the golf thing, because we had Richie Ramsey on a couple of weeks ago, and we kind of said about that glamorous lifestyle, about, you know, every time you're in a different country and all the rest of it. But he was kind of talking about the other side of it, how it can be really challenging. Like, you know, you're away from home for so long out of the year and all the rest of it. So I suppose the football side gives you a bit more balance to be at home, actually not have to live out a suitcase every other week. So
yeah, no, absolutely. It's you value your own bed, definitely.
I think as well as trying to interview a golfer when he's just shot 5 over, you know, in the last day, you know, it's probably quite hard to get a nice comment out of him when he's just wanting to go and wreck his golf club. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually interesting, the difference, like how you have to word things slightly differently with a team sport and an individual sport. Because there's no hiding place when it's an individual sport. So yeah, you've got to keep things very positive.
Yeah, we can't just go, we've seen you hacking out the trees all day, and you know, how did you feel after that ball went into the water on the last hole to miss the cut? So yeah, I can imagine.
Or did you get your putter back out in the lake after you launched it?
You've been watching me play.
Yeah, it's probably just taking our own personal view on golf, to be fair. So
that's Richie's review as well. He was talking about that rage cam. Like, we should have a camera that just watches all the golfers losing their shit and throwing stuff into the lake and going nuts. So we're going to explore that as a potential new avenue for us.
Maybe a little pitch from us to Sky Sports, like next year, the next Ryder Cup have rage cam.
Yeah,
it'd be an absolute winner over in the States. Probably just means probably just means following Tyrrell Hatton around, because he seems to get quite angry.
Yeah, he's an interesting character.
On footballing matters, though, Scotland recently had the draw in the Euros back-to-back. It's a pretty awesome draw, I think, even though it's not exactly easy. Germany first up, host country, and Hungary and Switzerland. What do you rate our chances on the back of that?
Oh, I'm just so excited for that opening game. To open the tournament is incredible. To avoid England, finally, it doesn't matter whether it's men or women, we seem to keep getting grouped with England. But so it's nice to have the home nation split, and to open the tournament is amazing, because as we all know, there's going to be quite a lot of focus on England. So for Scotland to have their big moment up first, opening match, like it's just going to be amazing. And I don't think Germany are by any means favourites in that game, because the pressure on them, the way they've been performing, the home crowd, there's going to be a lot on their shoulders. So hopefully Scotland can take advantage of that, and get a nice point at the very least on the board early on. But I feel quite confident about finally getting out of a group stage at a major tournament. It's never been done before, and I think last time round it's pretty much the same squad and it's the same manager, and they learnt a lot from being in that major tournament. None of the players have done it before, so to have a taste of that, I think they'll have learnt a lot, and I'm quite confident that we can do enough to get out of the group.
As
which
long
would
as we
be
get Unai Emery needs to wrap John McGinn up in cotton wool and have him hibernate for the Euros, because if we can't afford, he's a national treasure, right? He needs to
Yeah.
he needs to be looked
him
after.
and Scott McTominay, absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. That
I
one
was
up.
going to say McTominay as well. Ten Hag can just park him on the bench for the rest of the season.
Exactly. Why is he playing him now?
Aye, Man U are rotten anyway. It's not as if they're going to win anything. Just give him a wee bit of a breather. That's all that's needed.
And also, they're
Exactly.
playing him. Why is he not up front? He's a proven goal scorer now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been incredible.
That's crazy.
Ridiculous run that he's been on.
No, it'll be interesting to see how we do. And then are we going to it? Are you going? I'm quite keen to go.
I'd love to,
Yeah.
I'm
but
waiting. I sent a letter to Sky Sports to see if they needed any. So
Someone to carry the cameras or make the
I'll let you know how it
sandwiches.
goes. Like a Sky Sport, like Eilidh Barbour's caddy, just carrying.
Scanning myself.
do they want a fan podcast out there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There we
well,
go.
they might. Maybe you need one.
Mhm.
Yeah, they need a good one, Eilidh. No, that's cool. So see for Doddie as well. So I was going to ask, like, obviously you spend quite a lot of time with Misters Boyd, McFadden, and Sutton. What's the likelihood them roped into it?
Oh, I'll be trying 100%. I've got a couple of weeks. We've got a fair few games to get through between now and the end of the year, so I will be putting on some recruitment. Snoods at the ready. Get
I
them
think it's
signed up.
reverse psychology always works. Like, oh, I don't know if you could keep up, or you'd never be able to cope with the Doddie Aid. Totally works.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think Boydie would just accept that and be like, "Yeah,
All
you're
right.
right."
Yes, that's
That's
true.
probably
Actually.
Yeah. Or you could just wind them up and be like, I mean, Chris is doing it,
Yeah.
so why would you not?
Yeah.
That's because
I
I
know.
like
I feel like
those two. It's nice.
with Kelly as well, with Kelly Cates being involved as well, I
Mhm.
feel like we might need to get some sort of Sky Sports challenge or league or something set up between
Mhm.
Glasgow and the Barbarians, so we can get Sky involved somehow.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's a good shout.
talking of your fellow pundits as well. Like, you obviously do a few different routes in sports. Who's the best banter to work with then? So it always seems to be the Scottish Premiership stuff seems to be quite entertaining.
Yeah, well, it's just like there's never a dull moment in it, and it's so often something like unusual that happens, and so yeah, we have a really good laugh, and we're together a lot. Like, I mean, most weeks, certainly Boydie and Faddy and Sutton will either be commentary or in the studio with us. So we kind of are able to build a few narratives and stuff along the way, which is good fun. But yeah, no, you're there to enjoy it, so we have to enjoy it as well. It's good fun.
Aye, it's always good seeing the wee bit of friction. It's quite funny because they're such a like Chris Boyd and Sutton are so they're just funny because Chris Sutton's so sarcastic and he's just got that look. See when someone said he just looks like they're so stupid, and then Boyd just constantly bristling. Man, it's brilliant fun. Like, it's absolutely brilliant.
I know, you just have to try and like move it on before they start calling each other names, because yeah, it doesn't go down so well.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
resorts to schoolboy stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. Try and time it.
Aye, so out with that holy trinity of Sky Sports football, who else are we planning to get for Team Glasgow? Any ideas of who you're wanting to target?
Well, we need to find some people that like to log a few miles, so try and target a few then. But no, there's we'll be getting some involved. We've already got pretty much Team Viaplay involved with Emma Dodds, Rory Hamilton, Ali McCoist. So we'll try and get more. We've got some guests coming on over the festive period in the studio pundit wise. So I'll be trying to rope them in as well, and we'll see who we can get on board. But it should be good. It should be good fun. It always is, and we'll definitely try and get some challenges over the 6 weeks as well. A lot of the challenges when I was in the Edinburgh team involved the bike, which, like I've said before, not my forte. So maybe try and get a few jaunts up into the hills and get everyone out together or something.
Yeah, that would be class. I think those big like group activities is the way forward. I know that they do like different weeks and they've got different activities, but I'm not too fussed about Edinburgh and the rest of them. Like, I think we should be doing Glasgow ones for us to push it.
Yeah, get
Uh,
down to Loch Lomond and do some stuff. I also have a paddleboard, but I don't know how many miles I can do on a paddleboard. I haven't tried.
if you could put one of those wee engines in the back of it, you could do loads. Like,
Yeah, the motor.
that's like,
Laps of Loch Lomond sounds a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
true. I've checked the terms and conditions about engines affecting like miles. So if it's in there, then technically it's not cheating.
As long as you're paddling at the same time.
You might as well just get on a you might as well just get on a motorbike then and say they're cycled. So
Ali, what team are you in here?
I'm just I know I just don't like cheats, mate. That's it. So is the paddleboard the thing you stand on, or is it more like the canoe thing? So paddleboard is you stand. Oh no way!
Yeah.
But lucky to get 100 meters with that. No way.
I might have to try and find the river with a bit of a current.
Yeah, Niagara Falls maybe.
I'd be signing up for that. If that was a team activity, I'm up for that. That'd be class. We need to get. So, what guests have you got coming on? Anyone that you can tell us about?
I mean, I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil the surprises. But,
exactly.
We've got Scott Brown's coming back on with us. He was on, I think, last weekend. And we've got Scott Arfield coming on as well. So yeah, we'll be trying to rope them in as well. Scott
Brown's doing it and need to shave the head more aerodynamic because now he's got that patch of hair. It's not helpful to.
I know. Well, he's still running as well. He's still keeping himself fit. So I'm sure we can get some sort of monitor on him when he's doing his training and get
Where
some
would
miles
his loyalties lie though? Because he's an Edinburgh boy at heart, isn't he? So we need to try and make sure.
I know, but worry about those things.
Yeah,
he's a naturalized Ouija. That's fine.
I know. We're putting motor engines on our paddle boats now, so we're finding any way to
morals
cheat.
are out the window.
Exactly.
I think we're living in the grey area of morality now. We just get our numbers up. I think Scott Arfield. I think he's pals with our pal TV Dukes from St Phoenix.
All right.
Yes,
so
they are.
Need to get them roped in as well. I think.
Definitely.
The more the merrier.
Yeah.
See if you can get Tam Cowan out doing something as well. Not just for us, probably good for him too, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is we did tell you this is part podcast, part recruitment session, right?
I'm going to have a list by the time we come off.
That's it.
Sorry, Hallie, you might say something now.
No, I was just laughing.
All right, sorry. I have one last question for you. Was I guess we've kind of talked about what we're going to be doing, running, blah blah blah. Have you got any specific kind of challenge for yourself in mind, in terms of like you want to hit a distance over the 5 or 6 weeks? I can't remember how long it is, but anything like that, or
no?
Or do you want to commit to anything like that right now?
No. Well, do you know, I quite like to try and do, because I can't run every day because my knees get sore. So kind of my challenge would be more trying to do something every day, as opposed to necessarily like hitting a mile, because if my knees are sore, I'm not going to go out and run 5K. So I've done those 5K a day challenges, and no, the old knees don't like it. So I'll try and do something every day. It just doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be mileage, but we'll get a walk every day if I can, for sure.
Awesome.
You were talking about old knees there, obviously, because we were doing a bit of research for you coming on. Do you know we're only 4 days apart in age? So I think.
Oh, really?
Are you the 14th of December?
Yes.
So I'm the 10th of December.
Jesus, Ali, I thought you had 10 years. I thought you had 10
I know,
years.
exactly. I know she looks about 10 years. I didn't say they were the same year, but I think we are actually the same. I think we are the same year. So I won't give it away. But when I was Googling, we're only 4 days apart. But we're born about 3,000 miles apart, though. So don't worry about that. I haven't been stalking you since birth or anything. So I'm just saying, I don't know. Just when she said the old knees, I was like, yeah, I'm feeling her pain, and I just remembered that we were 4 days apart.
Was this a long route into getting a belated happy birthday for both of you?
Yeah. Well, the fact that you never mentioned it is just a bit hurtful, but anyway. So
I don't think you wanted people to mention it, Ali. I thought you were
that's all
trying
right.
to. No.
The big one was last year. I'm over it now. I've cried enough. So
Yeah.
anyway, so
Yeah. Only one other question, right? So I've seen all these Doddie Aid dinners. We've done this is our third year that we've been Team Glasgow's podcast. We've not been invited to one. So Eilidh, who do we need to speak to get into these? Because I feel as though there's a bit of an agenda going on here. So who do we need to chin?
Yeah, we need to get that fixed. Absolutely. Leave it to me, don't worry.
Speak to the captain, she'll sort it.
Yeah. I'll just add it to my duty, don't worry.
Yeah, see all the recruitment, forget that. Let's just focus on this.
Focus on getting you to the dinner.
Martin just wants a night out.
I know. He probably wants to be the guest speaker as well. He's
No.
Well, the last thing before we let you go, generally what we do is we normally have a speed round. So this is just 10 quick fire questions, nothing too onerous. Just I probably should have made this more about Doddie Aid, but I haven't. So yeah, it just
busy googling birthdays, aye.
Yeah, exactly. I was too starstrucken that famous person's 4 days older than me. But anyway,
Younger.
so yeah,
Younger.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, so you good to go?
Yeah.
What is your favorite holiday destination?
Thailand.
What is your biggest fear or phobia?
There's a few. I hate snakes, but I have this really weird phobia of like vomit.
Oh,
Just
okay.
in general.
Yeah, I understand that.
It's actually a thing. I know somebody else who has it, and yeah,
run away from vomiting. Yeah.
Yeah, just like yeah.
I was going to ask a question, what happens when you're vomiting, but I don't really want to know. So
that's enough.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. Anyway, who is the most famous person on your phone?
I've no idea. Let's say Coisty.
Okay, that's a good one. What would be your alternative career?
Something still involved in sport, but no idea what it would be. Something, I don't know, fitness wise or nutrition wise or something.
Yeah, sounds good. Who's your favorite superhero?
It's one thing I never really got into was superheroes. So one of the Thundercats. I like Chitara. I named my first car Chitara, so let's go Chitara. I don't know if she counts as a superhero.
That's a debut for Thundercats. That's a debut for us.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
Yeah, I love the Thundercats. I never liked Marvel stuff, so.
Okay. Who is your idol?
Hazel.
Oh,
Hazel Irvine.
She's class, to be fair. Right. If you were to invite 3 people to a dinner party, dead or alive, who would you have?
Whitney for the sing along. Probably, oh God, I don't know, dinner. It's usually people say around the golf, and that's easier because you sort of don't have to talk to them the whole time. But
all right.
And then I would obviously get like a really good golfer to come and play. But dinner, definitely Whitney. Maybe I'm going to take far too long here. You're going to have to edit all of this.
That's okay.
Nelson Mandela.
Oh, right.
And somebody funny. Billy Connolly.
Billy Connolly would be a good one. Yeah, definitely.
Decent.
If you're stranded on a desert island and you had to take 3 items with you, what would you take?
You ask all the really quick answer questions, don't you?
I know, exactly. I love it. That's what's called the speed round. It's meant to put you on the spot.
A ball. I mean, you're on a desert island, so like you can't plug stuff in, but any sort of music, like I'll maybe take a guitar, then I can make more music. badly. I'd learn at least properly by the time I got back, and some sort of warm blanket because I'm always cold.
Okay, that's a good one. Two more to go. If you had a boat, what would you name it?
I have no idea.
Big
Bella.
tough question.
Oh, Bella, that was my cat's name.
Okay, there you go. Last one. Would you rather give up your favorite food or your favorite drink?
Favorite drink. Food is too good.
Well, there you go. You passed. Well done.
Perfect. I'm quite hot after that. Warm.
I know.
Ali, you definitely threw in the more difficult ones out of
I know.
the
That's
pot,
it.
but
I just thought I'd throw a challenge into tonight. So there you go.
Yeah.
Big challenge
But-
ahead. So we're just setting the scene. I like that, Ali.
Exactly. You know, set the bar high. But thank you so much for coming on. Best of luck with everything with Doddie Aid. I'm pretty sure you'll smash it out of the park as team captain. And if you need any help, just speak to Minnie or Gemmel. I'm sure they'll sort you out.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We'll need to get you to document and podcast one of our challenges when we get it sorted.
Absolutely keen.
Yeah.
Those two can take part. I'll commentate on it. That's fine. Deal.
Mhm.
But you have to climb up the mountain to commentate. So
Oh, you'll have helicopters at Sky Sport. Right?
Or drones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Sounds good.
yeah, thank you so much for your time. And we'll be watching.
we'll
Yeah.
catch up
Thank
during
you.
Doddie Aid.
Let's go Team Glasgow.
That's
That's
it.
it.
He's Capitan.
Cool.
Thank you.
There we
Jeez,
go.
well, those three tough questions, man.
I know. That's it. I just I was actually putting it all together and I was like, no, we'll stick in all the hard ones tonight. So keep her on her toes.
Well, I think we've got ourselves a wee invite to the dinner, lads.
I know. The guy's been on a diet. He's choking for for a heavy meal. Some free cheesecake, you know.
That carbs over there, is that a table of carbs?
Some moosh boosh before we get on. Yeah.
I just think of that scene in Blades of Glory was in the treadmill.
Throw
me some chicken.
Oh man.
That's- I feel quietly confident with her as our captain.
Yeah, I don't know. She looks like she's got that competitive edge. She's a bit like you, Minnie. She's not going to want to just let other teams roll past us.
No,
We
and I
need
think she
the
might pull some of the Edinburgh mob over to us as well. If he's coming over, she may have some followers.
Yeah, I think so. But I don't know if I'm looking forward to it or I'm just like I can feel the pain, you know, that way. I can feel hammy's tight, back's tight. It just they're not even now, but that's what I can feel that coming. So it's like but do some ice baths or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that should be the challenge. Constant ice baths.
Have you got a target that you want that?
1 million.
1 million.
All of it. Yeah. I think I don't know. I've been contemplating. She was talking about they're doing 5 kilometers every day. Contemplated that, but was it? Is it? Is it 6 weeks? 5 weeks? 6 weeks?
I think it's 5 weeks.
5 weeks maybe. Because it's like the first weekend in February that it finishes.
Yeah, it finishes on like the 4th of Feb, so it's 5 weeks
Yeah,
now.
5 weeks. So I don't know. I'm thinking something along those lines.
Yeah, I think I'll aim for
But running, so obviously I meant to say not cycling or anything like that. 5K a day, running or walking.
On average,
So-
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, no,
Okay.
because I think the challenge is to actually do it every day rather than miss one day and do 10K the next. Like,
Oh.
I don't know. If that probably
you could
counts,
do it
but
either way.
yeah.
Average out, so it's an average of 5K a day,
Mhm.
or you could actually just do 5K a day minimum.
Mhm.
I can feel a hamstring coming on actually.
I know. See, that's what I'm saying.
Just thinking
Yeah,
about it.
it is. So I'd like to because when I first thought about it, I said 10K to myself, and then I was like, "Don't be fucking stupid." So
Let's just throw the bike in there.
Yeah, exactly. I know. So I think that's the kind of route that I might back down on that. So don't hold me to that.
No backsies.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Do you remember what we done last year? What was the score last year?
we
we were, because
were.
I was injured last year, so we were well down on our first year totals. Because first year
Fun.
we were.
I was cycling quite a fair bit though, so I'm not doing any of that. I'm going to run and that's it. So I don't know. I'll probably need to sit down and get my calculator out. I'm not very good at maths, so work out what 1 kilometre a day is for 35 days.
With
40,
35
45
kilometers
kilometres.
Okay, challenge accepted. What about you,
Then you'll
Kemo?
make it.
Usually a pure Robbie and Roy Keane kind of guy. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Hey,
200, 300 miles on the bike. You like to sit your arse on the bike and go for it.
I don't know because I might still be.
Bit sensitive.
I might still be a wee bit yeah,
Sore.
sore come the 1st of January. So my initial efforts might be a bit behind last year. But we'll see. I'll have the bike set up.
We'll see if your efforts are shite. I'm really looking forward to you explaining to everyone why. That'll be a good episode, that one.
Yeah.
So anyway, so what's your target? Missed that.
I'll go for 250 kilometers.
God damn. God
Sick.
damn.
Okay.
So that's with the bike, man. That's like
Still,
I can
still chunky.
That's a lot.
So there we go. Average of 50k a week.
Right. Okay.
On the bike.
That's my total.
That's a bit soft, to be fair. I was actually
It's down a bit on. I'm sure like last year I did like 300 miles or something. It was a ridiculous amount I did last year.
I need a podcast with guys that are really unfit.
I just did a rough calculation that I'm doing 5k. Is it 35 days? Did we say?
35 days.
That's like 175
175
kilometers divided by 1.6. That's 109 miles. Shit, that's a lot more than I thought.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, if you do 5k a day, yeah, it's good effort. Anyway, people probably don't want to listen to us coming and horn on this. Are we still recording? I don't even know what's going on right now.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, right. So we'll wrap it up. So first episode down, we'll be coming at you over the course of the month of January and first week in February. So get signed up to Team Glasgow, download the app, donate all your money and all your time and miles to Team Glasgow. So
get your seed and then join early if you want.
Back bar league.
Oh yeah, back bar league prizes and stuff will come out.
Right, prize announcements coming soon.
Yes, we'll have all that sorted before the 1st of January. So peace out.
A pleasure.
Later.
Merry Christmas.
Lads, have a nice. Oh yeah, have a nice Christmas, lads.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Santa's good to you. And
Always.
if anyone's listening, I hope Santa's good to you too, because you're listening. So
cool. Right. Bye.
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 I almost actually shut down.